A couple of years ago, maybe in 19 or 18, General Motors has something on their website where you can actually submit ideas for their brand, which you think would make it better. And me, I think a lot and I often come up with different things for different businesses, recommendations for the United States, just anything I feel that can make services better for people, not just for me, but for everybody. And I was surprised to find that they had that option where you can submit an idea. And when I submitted the idea, I came up with two safety ideas, very original because I don't ride in foreign vehicles. So I don't know if there's any other company that has the same idea. And one idea came from a gentleman had got pulled over because his brake light was out. I think it was actually two because their brake lights was out and then an altercation happened with them and the police and the gentleman actually ended up losing his life. So immediately I thought if General Motors came up with an idea where it's a device inside the vehicle that allows you to know when either your headlights are out, your tail lights are out, this could save lives, right? Because now you're not pulling me over for a tail light. Now it's not an altercation. Now I'm not getting shot. And they didn't use that idea. I don't know that any other vehicle brand has that idea, which I think is a really great safety idea because a lot of times the only way you know if your headlight is out or your tail light is out is if somebody is kind enough to tell you while you're in traffic. Outside of that, you don't know. So that was idea number two. Idea number one was I see a lot of people driving without seatbelts. I see a lot of bad drivers. I've been a commercial driver. I've drove school buses. I've drove motor coach buses. Currently, right now, I work with the USPS, and I'm a truck driver. So safety is extremely important to me, and I've been in accidents where people were really bad drivers. I've actually had a 22 Cadillac Escalade, and a guy assaulted my vehicle. He ran into me. So I'm really big on safety. I've actually almost died at least two or three times minimum because of bad drivers. So my idea is if if drivers have to put on their seatbelt, if they don't put on the seatbelt, the vehicle doesn't move. Now, automatically, this this saves the driver to an extent where the driver has a seatbelt. If there's anybody else in the vehicle, hopefully they're gonna follow suit because the driver has the seatbelt. But ultimately, even if the driver is by himself or herself, if your seatbelt is not on, your vehicle does not move. In 2020, it's not on any of the 2020 Escalade. They're all on the 21 and after that same idea. And I wrote to them either in late 18, the middle of 19, definitely in 20. And they used the idea. And then when I emailed them to ask, well, do I get compensated? Do I get something, some acknowledgement, anything for this idea I came up with? They said we don't have any recollection. We don't have any records of what you talking about. I took pictures. I have the records. I have the ID numbers that you get once you submit the idea. And when I submitted that to them, I haven't heard anything back. I've emailed the top person. I believe her name is Mary. She's the top person at General Motors. She doesn't she doesn't reply directly. She has people that replies for her. And after they received maybe 3 or 4 emails, that's when they sent the email saying, well, we don't have this program anymore, and we don't have any record of you submitting this idea. Fair enough. I took a picture, as I just stated, and I sent that over, and I haven't heard anything since. And again, it was either it's between 18 and 19 when I originally sent that I those 2 ideas over, because growing up, my dad, all he drove was GM vehicles, right? Just American vehicles, but never afforded GM. I think GM is the best brand of vehicle, because not just how they look, it's so much room inside. You think about the Suburban, the Tahoe, and there's no other vehicle brand that matches that. And then I'm not a big foreign car driver. I'm not into Mercedes or BMW, although they look nice. But it's something so different about a Chevy Tahoe or a Denali or the Escalades when they came out, that that's where I'ma always go to. I'm in a Cadillac right now, so that's all I believe works for me is General Motors. And I had a foreign car. I had an Audi, and it was terrible. And immediately I had to go and get a Chevy Silverado, right? That is all I drive. So it wasn't so much that I was doing this for anything negative. I just wanted some not notoriety. I wanted some acknowledgement. This is the person who came up with this safety idea, right? And then for them to send me something and say, "Oh, we don't know what you're talking about." Well, now I have the receipt, so now you do know what I'm talking about. And for every 21 and after Escalade that came out, that comes out, all of them had that same seatbelt safety ID. So why not pay me for that? If it was 250,000, 500,000, $1 million per Escalade, why not? I'm saving life. What I contributed to your company saves lives, and I believe if other companies wanted to use that same idea, I'm not for certain how it works, but they would have to pay you guys, because now you have it patent. So they have to pay you to use your idea on other vehicles. So I think I made you money also, if that's how it works. But just to know that you're going to pretend as if you don't know what I'm talking about, as if you don't have the documentation. That's not that's not right.